Morning, guys. So I'm leaving home this morning. Got a bit of a road trip ahead of me today. I'm headed up to Denver, Colorado. Each year I have to go to Flight Safety International in Denver for recurrent training and for simulator training. And despite everything that's going on in the country and all the travel restrictions, because I am in the health field, the medical field, I'm essential personnel, so I still need to go. I originally was going to fly up there. I had a flight leaving out of Tucson going into Denver for this afternoon, but about a week ago I decided to cancel the flight and drive just to avoid large groups, avoid higher risk of getting infected. As I was debating whether to drive or fly, I thought to myself, which one would I regret more? Which one would I question more? Which one would I worry more about if I had gotten infected? And I felt that being in an airport and being on an airplane with a bunch of people that I have no control over, I would feel less comfortable with that. So I decided to drive. So it's about a 12-hour drive. I left home about 30 minutes ago, so I'm not very far into this drive. I should get there by midnight tonight. And I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. We're going to go up through the eastern side of Arizona, through to like Reserve, New Mexico, up to Albuquerque, and then north to Denver. So, bit of a road trip, and here we go. I don't know if you can see all the orange up there in the hillside. That is all wildflowers. Poppies is what they are, orange poppies. They are all over the place right now. So I just crossed into Greenlee County. Greenlee County is the county just next to ours. We live in Graham County in Arizona. And Greenlee County is the only county left in Arizona that does not have a case of the coronavirus yet. So I feel pretty safe while I'm here. I probably won't be here for too long though, maybe an hour, hour and a half. This road is pretty crazy. I don't know if you can see down there. No, you can't. I've been doing switchbacks up the side of this hill. My GPS is showing us at about an elevation of 6,200. And now we're in like pine forest all of a sudden. We just crossed into New Mexico. So we occasionally get flights out into this area, not too often because it's pretty far for us. It's about 75 nautical miles, or about a 45-minute flight or so to the northeast. And normally from here we end up having to take the patients to Albuquerque. But occasionally we do get flights up in this area. There's a little fire station right up here we landed at. So we have landed at this fire station a time or two. Just right out there in the field we land and meet the ambulance out there. This is Apache Creek, New Mexico. See it? There's a flag on out there right on the cliff. I landed right up here in the middle of this highway one time a few months ago. We met the ambulance here. Right in this little intersection right here. Right here. Just passed a little marker that said that we are at 8,200 feet above sea level. Finally made it up to I-40, made it through Albuquerque. Now I'm probably 30 miles north of Albuquerque on I-25. Still have a little over 400 miles to go, but making good time. I should be there to Denver by 10:30 or 11 o'clock tonight. About time to stop for gas. I've driven 452 miles and I have not stopped yet. Woo! So I'm ready to stop, get some gas, stretch the legs. Got about 325 miles to go. Pulling off in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, New Mexico. All right, all gassed up, ready to go for another 450 miles. Woohoo! Just made it into Colorado. Got just a little over 200 miles left, probably 3 hours or so, a little over 3 hours, and then I will be at my hotel. Well, I made it. Made it to my hotel room here. Drove 800 miles, 12 hours, and I only stopped the one time in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Been a long day, pretty tired, gonna get some rest, and then I go to Flight Safety International tomorrow afternoon for the simulator. So tomorrow morning I'll be working on homework, and I'm gonna try to go run if it's, I think it's supposed to be mid-50s, so won't be too cold. Try and go outside and go for a run, and that's it. So have a good night. See you tomorrow. Decided to come out for a run. It's about noon or so on Monday, and I'm only a few miles from the airport here in Denver, and this whole area is just dead. It's all hotels and restaurants, I assume, supporting people coming in and going out of Denver, and there's just nobody here. The hotels, all the hotel parking lots are empty. Restaurant parking lots are empty. Kind of a ghost town, pretty creepy. Nobody here. Real pretty way out there to the west, you can see, well, I guess we're in the Rocky Mountains, but you can see more of the Rocky Mountains out there. It's kind of an overcast layer, but there's a lot of them that have snow on the peaks way out there. Look, there's snow. This is the hotel where I'm staying. There's maybe 6 cars in the parking lot. I think I've got an entire floor to myself. Off to school I go. It's right across the street, so I'm just gonna walk over there. All right, I finished day one. Day one was about 3 or 3.5 hours of classroom, reviewing aircraft systems and things like that. Really exciting stuff, really exciting. And then I just got done with the simulator. The simulator is really cool. I wish I could show you video, but they don't allow photography or videos of the simulators. Maybe I'll see if I can find a picture of it online. It's a full motion simulator, so you climb in. The simulator actually moves around as you move around. As you land, when you hit the ground and things like that, you feel the thud. So it feels like you're really flying. It's really cool. A lot of people would probably call it a really big, expensive video game, but it's actually serious flight training. So don't get that idea. All right, we will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, next day. Kind of the same thing as yesterday. I woke up this morning and worked on homework, did a paper that I needed to do. And then once it warmed up a little bit, I came out and ran. Today I ran 4 miles, nice and slow. Remember, I'm in the Mile High City. There's less oxygen up here. Takes more effort. Actually, I didn't notice a real big difference. Where we live in Arizona, the elevation is about 3,000 feet. Here, it's the Mile High City, 5,280 feet. And so there is less oxygen, but I didn't notice a huge difference. I'm just slow. I'm gonna go get something to eat, and then in a couple hours, gotta be at school. Right over there. Look at the little bunnies out there running around. All right, I'm off to simulator training. Yes, I'm driving across the street. And the reason I'm driving across the street is I forgot to bring a coat with me. I brought like a hoodie, but I didn't bring a nice looking coat. And we're supposed to be dressed in business attire. And then when I get out at night, it's cold. It's cold in Denver at night. It gets down into the 30s, so I'm driving across the street. Look at all the birds' nests up in there. Made of mud. Oh, there went a bird. Bunch of prairie dogs in this area right here. Probably everywhere, but you can only see them right here. There's one standing up on the hill way over there. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Right there. And there's holes all over the place. See all the holes? Those are all prairie dog holes. I found a park a couple of miles from the hotel to come and run at today. And there's this big trail, this big path that goes through the park. And then, so I decided to follow it. It follows that creek right there, winds around. And it connects a couple different parks and just kind of winds through the city. It's pretty cool. Out where we live, it's a little too rural and we don't have any kind of infrastructure like that. So it's nice to have that. A little better than running around empty hotels. That's it, First Creek Park. All right, all cleaned up. Cleaned up pretty nice, huh? Off to school for last day of school. Got about 4 hours of classroom work left to do and a couple of tests to take. And then I'll be doing the simulator tonight, but I'll probably see you between classroom and simulator. It'll be a few hours for me. It'll be about 3 seconds for you. Told you guys it would only be a couple seconds. So if you were wondering, I did pass my tests. In fact, I got 100% on my tests. I'm now on my way back over for my last sim session. I am walking back over tonight. Last night when I got out, it wasn't really that cold. So I figure I can walk tonight and maybe be a little chilly tonight on the way back, but it is just across the street. It's right over there. See you in a couple hours. So the flight simulator is pretty awesome. The training is really good. There's a lot of maneuvers and emergency procedures you can practice in the flight simulator that you cannot do in the actual aircraft. For example, in the actual aircraft, there's really no way to simulate a tail rotor failure. There's a way to simulate stuck pedals that, like, you can't control the tail rotor anymore, but the tail rotor is obviously still spinning. But in the simulator, you can simulate like a failed tail rotor drive shaft, which would stop the tail rotor from spinning altogether. So you can simulate that kind of emergency and practice landing without a tail rotor, which is challenging, but it's not impossible. With some practice, actually, it's not really that hard. There's other emergencies, you know, fire in flight, different things like that, that you can practice. And so it's good. It's really good. I was looking forward to the training, to the practice, and I'm done now. So tomorrow morning, early in the morning, probably about 4 a.m., I'm gonna jump in the truck and start heading home. Should be about a 12-hour drive home, just like it was here. And so we'll see you tomorrow morning. Morning, guys. About 4:15 in the morning, and I am hitting the road. A long drive ahead of me, and I want to get started early. So it's all foggy, misty, ugly, cold. Feels like winter. Good morning in the Rocky Mountains. Once again, stopped in Las Vegas, New Mexico for gas. There's tons and tons of antelope everywhere. Crazy. It's right there, right by the fence. I'm just a few minutes from the house. I been driving for about 12 hours and have made it home, almost. Despite everything that's going on in the country with the coronavirus and the stay-at-home orders and things in all the states, I had no problems whatsoever getting from Denver down through New Mexico into Arizona. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you guys, any of you that have stuck around long enough to see to this point. I think this is probably the worst and most boring video I have ever made. Basically consists of me driving and running. Maybe you guys need hobbies. But if you stuck around this far, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.